Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome here to more Clasico build-up right here on this channel. We're going to be going over lots of things as the Clasico draws ever nearer, as the biggest game in world football is very nearly upon us. Now, in this video, guys, we're going to be looking at 3 players from each side, and the really key players, the players that are going to make the difference. It's going to be make or break in the Clasico. Every moment is a big one, or they have to make the most of every single chance they get in the game. And I'm going to be looking at 3 players from each side, which are going to be absolutely key, and they're going to be the main men to look out for. Now, we're going to start with the home side, Real Madrid, and their lineup is going to be as follows. Now, this is just a rough guess. Some of these players may not play. There may be some injuries in the lead up to the game. We don't know. This is the team that I expect to start for Real Madrid, and I'm going to be outlining 3 players. The first one I would outline is Toni Kroos. The reason for that is he is a player that can actually control the game for Real Madrid. He can get the ball, keep possession, he can dictate the pace of games, and in Clásicos, Real Madrid never really control them. They never seem to actually get the ball and maintain possession for long periods. They're mostly, we know, is a counter-attacking team, and they were so successful last season in doing so. But actually, this Clasico, Toni Kroos could actually spin the balance a bit. He could make Real Madrid dominate the game, and if he sees enough of the ball and he gets enough time on the ball, he could really start to dictate the tempo, and that's a real problem for Barcelona. So it's very important that we close Kroos down. We don't allow him time on the door. We don't allow him space. We need to have players around him, pressing him at all times, and it's going to be very important to see how Barcelona deal with the immediate threat of Toni Kroos. The second player I'm going to talk about is Karim Benzema, a player who doesn't really get as much credit as he deserves. He doesn't score always a bag full of goals, but he's the right striker you want in a team like Real Madrid. He's a player who's happy enough to assist a goal rather than score it. He's a very, very good player. He's a target man. He can hold the ball up. He's very, very good with his feet. He's technically very, very good. And like I say, if he can see a pass, he'll give it. And he's very, very key to Ronaldo's success, very, very key to Bale's success. And when Benzema is on form, we saw last Clasico, he really can punish you in front of goal as well. So he's a player that I would like to look out for Real Madrid, and that's very, very important that Piqué or Machu, both of them, stick very, very tight to Benzema and make sure that he doesn't have the room to play those little passes in behind to hold the ball up. We've got to stick tight to him. We've got to make sure that he can't allow him to turn and spin those passes. And of course, the final man, the man in form, the man who's going to get the goals, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's on very, very good form at the moment. It's arguably the best form of his career. We have to stop him. It's as simple as that. We have to find a way to stop him from receiving the ball, stop him from running at our defence, because once he gets going, he's difficult to stop. The only way you're going to stop him is by bringing him down, and we saw last Clasico that can result in some very unfortunate circumstances. So you've got to, again, stick tight, and that's the recurring message in this game. We've got to be tight to these players. Our work rate has to be there from the off. We have to have the right intensity going into this game, and we've really got to pressure Real Madrid into making mistakes. We cannot afford them to start dictating play. We cannot afford them to start playing football, because we've got to stick tight and we've got to get in their faces. We can't afford them to get comfortable and start playing their stuff, because when they do, they're very, very dangerous indeed. So looking at Real's side, there's some very dangerous players all over the park, but there's 3 players that I've just outlined there that could really do us some damage if they get the time and the space, and if they're on the current form that they've been showing this season. So switching now to Barcelona, there's 3 players from our side. Very, very difficult in both sides to pick 3 players, to be honest. There's some quality players all over the park, and it was very, very difficult to actually single out 3 players who are going to make the impact. But in terms of our side, I'm going to go with Jeremy Machu. His first Clasico, he played very, very well against Real Madrid last season for Valencia. He actually scored from a corner. That could be very interesting. We never actually do anything from corners, but certainly we've got a bit of height now, and Jeremy Machu, Real Madrid aren't the best at defending corners, so if he does get a chance, it'd be interesting to see if we could pick him out in the box, and possibly he could be the unlikely hero and the scorer in the Clasico. And he's very, very important though in terms of defending corners as well, and defending set pieces. Balls into the box, we need height, we need a bit of strength, and Machu has been brilliant this season. His reading of the game, his pace, his physicality, and he's also been very, very good in his distribution of the ball, and that's very important as well, because in this game, when we get the ball in the back, when we play it out of the defence, we need to make sure we're accurate in our passing. We cannot be giving the ball away in silly areas. We cannot afford to do that against a team with the pace of Real Madrid. So it's going to be very, very important to see how Machu plays in his first Clasico and how he handles the pressure. We got another Clasico debutant in my second key player. That's Ivan Rakitic, and I'm expecting him to start. There's a lot of people saying saying Xavi could start this game, but I expect Rakitic to start because he's given us something different this season. He's given us something extra in midfield. He's given us that work rate, that energy, and he's got everything. He really is the complete midfielder, the perfect guy to have alongside Iniesta in our team. Rakitic, when he's on form, can do anything he likes. He's a very strong runner. He's a physical player. He can defend as well. He's not afraid to work hard. His shooting is good. He's got very, very long-range shooting, which again could be very, very key. He scored as well last season against Real Madrid for Sevilla. He's very, very, very good against Real Madrid last season, Rakitic, where he's made his name really, where he's really recognised. So it's going to be interesting how he plays, but certainly on the edge of the box, if he gets a chance, he'll hit it, and there's a very, very good chance that one of those could force Garcia into a save, or maybe even a goal. So he's massively important. He is massively important as well for marking the likes of Toni Kroos and Modric, tracking back, covering for Dani Alves. He's a player who's not afraid to sacrifice himself. He'll go and help others. He'll go and spot the danger, and will be very, very vital how he plays. And of course, like Ronaldo, the main man for Barca, Lionel Messi. If he's on form in the Bernabeu and in the Clasico, anything can happen. We saw last season when he flips that switch, when he turns it on, when he's at his best, no one could stop him. Try and stop him and you'll concede a penalty, a free kick, you'll bring him down, you'll get sent off. He's elusive, he's brilliant, he can create a goal now, he can score a goal, he can create a chance, he can do anything he likes when he's on form, and if Real Madrid give him the time and the space and they let him play, he'll destroy them, because he can play in Neymar, he can play in Suarez, and Messi is the man who, if you give him the time, give him the space, and we give him the service, he can hurt Real Madrid. And he's a very, very key player for Barcelona. It's important we get him into the right areas, that we get the players around him, that Neymar and Suarez make the runs which stretch Real Madrid's defence, and it's very important that we make sure that Lionel Messi is well enough equipped to make some good headway in this game, because when he's on form, he can make the difference. So those are the three players from Barcelona: Mathieu, Rakitic and Messi, Ronaldo, Benzema and Kroos from Real Madrid, and those are the players who are going to make the difference in my opinion. Leave your thoughts below, guys. Who do you think will make the difference in these games? Who have we got to watch out for from Real Madrid, and who do you expect to shine for Barcelona? So leave your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, please leave a like if you did enjoy this video, and also if you are new, make sure you subscribe ahead of the biggest match of the season. That is El Clasico. I've been Talk SCB, and I'll see you very soon. Visca al Barça!